Hello everybody, and just here, and welcome back to Yuyuyu episode 9, in which, holy fuck, what's gonna happen? I've no idea. I've no clue what's gonna happen. Honestly, legitimately. In the previous episode, we got a few very important drops of information and lore and speculation and stuff. But in order, everybody, besides Karin, got a new fairy. Yes, if you bloom, you get a brand new fairy. Makes perfect sense, right? Keep that in mind. Put a pin in it. Because it's gonna be relevant. It's gonna matter. It's gonna matter a whole fucking lot. Then the Vertexes attacked again. And of course our heroes went there to fight them, but oh, shit, I'm close to blooming. I really don't want to attack those Vertexes, because if I do, and if I defeat them, shit, I'm gonna bloom. What am I gonna lose now? Am I gonna lose feeling in my right pinky, or am I gonna lose the functionality of my kidneys? What's gonna give out first? Am I gonna lose sight? Am I gonna lose hair? Am I gonna lose a leg, or am I gonna lose my lungs? What's gonna happen to me? Right? So everybody was, of course, very hesitant to fight them. Karin wanted to take the burden for herself because she believes that it's only fair, right? All of those girls have already sacrificed a piece of themselves. They've already bloomed. She didn't. So she wanted to, even it out. She also wanted it to be fair, right? She loses something but saves all the other who have already lost. But before that could happen, Yuuna sprang into action, and with the, classic Genki energy of a Mahou Shoujo protagonist, she went on to fight the Vertexes, won, and did not bloom. Not quite yet, but she's damn close. And after that was done, everybody got transported back to school except Yuuna and Togo. They were transported somewhere else, near the broken, twisted bridge, near a hospital bed and a shrine. Hospital bed with Sonoko Nogi in it. Sonoko Nogi missing one of her legs, I think one of her arms as well, but she doesn't really have much use for them because she's paralyzed anyway. Her entire body covered in bandages, I think one of the eyes as well, just laying there, vegetating, with an IV hooked up and watching the sunset, staring into the far. What happened to her, you might ask? Well, she's a deity now. She's being treated as a deity. She's immortal. She's ageless. She's powerful. She's revered by the Taisha. But she's crippled because she gave up all of that in pursuit of defeating the Vertexes. Because that is the price you have to pay for blooming. Every flower that blooms wilts eventually and decays. And so do the people who bloom. They bloom, then they decay. And parts of them fall off, like from a leper's body. That's the future for them. Laying crippled in a bed, being unable to move, being unable to see, being unable to speak. Completely confined to their minds if things go badly. If things go even worse, perhaps even rid of their memories. There is a precedent for that. And we already know her. Togo. Togo, who lost her memory and who apparently was friends with Nogi. Or at least it's very heavily implied. It hasn't been stated outright, but the implications are very, very, very heavy. Togo, who has coincidentally 3 fairies. Well, 4 now. Coincidentally, she misses her one of her ears, She misses her legs. They don't work no more. And her memory has been damaged. And the fourth fairy she gets by default. Everything checks out. She's been a hero already for quite a while. She's been friends with Nogi. They've probably been a part of the same squad. But she doesn't remember anymore. She thinks it's all new to her, and nobody questions why she gets 3 entire fairies instead of just a single one. Now they might start questioning that, though. I wonder if it's actually going to be something that they discuss, some plot point that they pick up eventually. It should be. This show has been very good about not dismissing anything, right? Not very often, but sometimes shows just dismiss some information or dismiss something that's unusual. Wouldn't surprise me if the fact that Karin's fairy can talk was also significant and was also picked up eventually and became relevant. Wouldn't surprise me whatsoever. It's this kind of a show. We were led to dismiss Togo having multiple fairies initially because, oh, we don't know how fairies work, right? We don't know what the quirks of them are. Karin's fairy can talk. Who's to say Togo's cannot have 3 of them, right? She has 3 weapons, 3 fairies. Makes sense. We didn't know, but now we do. And I have a feeling, I have a sneaking suspicion, we're gonna look the same way at Karin eventually. We didn't know why her fairy talks. We thought that, oh, it just does. It just throws a haiku every now and then because, well, it's just, it's just this kind of a fairy, it's special. But turns out that, no, that fairy is actually Karin's dead sister or something. Right? And it was all, we could predict that even earlier, but shit, we didn't. Wouldn't surprise me. So now Togo and Yuuna know the full truth. They got a first-hand account of that. And what now? Right? Do you just stop fighting? Do you condemn the world to destruction? Or do you condemn your bodies to destruction? Because those are the only 2 choices. Now that you've been roped into it by Taisha, who believes that it's mercy to not mention the effects to you. That's an overall shitty situation, isn't it? In today's episode, anything can happen. Togo and Yuuna could tell the truth to the rest of the girls. I find it plausible. They could keep the truth from them. I find that plausible as well. It could be a slice of life-y episode. That's also very plausible. It could be another fight with the Vertexes. That's also plausible. It could be the cultural festival. It could be any number of things, really. This show isn't particularly strong when it comes to predictability. I mean, predictability is more like a weakness, isn't it? So, yeah, it's not predictable. It's not known to me for its predictability. That's how I'm gonna say it. Yeah, I think that's the best way to articulate what I wanted to say. So let's just watch this episode and see what exactly happens, right? Shall we? To do that, you will need your subs, of course, to follow along with me. I'm gonna need my sound to hear what's going on in the show. And I'm gonna have to ask you guys for support the channel. If you want monetarily on Patreon or YouTube down below or not, share my content, spread the word, costs you nothing, helps a lot. And with that, we can start watching episode 9 of Yuyuyu in 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, they're back on the rooftop. Okay, so they're immediately out with it, at least to Fuu. Mm-hmm. Very much disabled, yes. Unlikely. Unless there is a way, right? There was like a brief glimmer of hope, wasn't there? Right? Even from Sonoko. She said something along the lines of, like, we don't know of a way, but it would be nice if we could get better. Right? Something along those lines. So maybe, just maybe. Also, I might be looking too deep into that, but during the fuck, it might have been foreshadowing. During their summer camp, during their summer retreat, Fuu reached for the offering from the shrine. Their bodily functionality is an offering. Could it be that she will be the one to take the offering back from the divine tree? I might be looking too deep into that, but holy fuck, I love looking too deep into things. I can't help myself. I find so much joy into trying to overanalyze shit. Who will take their body offerings back? Yeah, fair. Although you're kind of pulling a Taisha here. Like, she tried to take offerings from a shrine at the hotel. I wonder. Or is something else going on? You're trying a little too hard there. Right, still trying to figure out that they might just about get better, huh? Still holding on to that hope. Why is she busy on Sunday? Oh, shit. Yeah. She can't exactly take part in that, can she? It's also giving her trouble in class. Yep. How exactly, though? Yeah, sure, makes sense. Yeah, probably. Yeah, the famous doctors working with Taisha. And I think I might be very correct thinking that it's going to be Fuu to take the offering away. She's crying, isn't she? Oh no, just legitimately asleep. Quiet meals, eh? Oh, yeah, weather. The perfect topic when you have no topic. Yeah, she's trying to fill the void so much. How will she say her parts? Yeah. You can still have a non-speaking role. I love the lack of sound in the background. No music, no background sounds, no nothing. It's not about you having done anything wrong, that's the thing. It's about the glorification of sacrifice, basically. Right? By offering your body to God, you become. She's gonna demonstrate that she's immortal? Yep. Oh, the fairies protect them from dying. So they're not even allowed to die. It's not that they're immortal, they're not allowed to die. I mean, gotta admire her scientific spirit. You're not allowed to die. Oh, this track. I love this track. Yep. They're not your pets, they're not your familiars. Yeah, I can see that. Bringing them their phones, yeah. Yep. A hero cannot die. You will only keep getting worse, yes, with every blooming. Without the recourse of suicide. Yep. Exactly. Yes, that's what you were told already. Oh, not even her tear ducts are working in that eye. You couldn't have known. So, don't beat yourself over that. But of course, there's a immense feeling of guilt. You can't really change that, can you? Of course, they would be deemed unstable. I wonder why, huh? That's a mystery. Karin? Or Taisha? The Taisha never speaks, so probably Karin. Oh, we wanted a contract with Itsuki. Yeah. She signed up, we like her singing, we would like her to be an idol. Shit. When she still had her voice. Gotta take that offering back, huh? Her diary? Yep. Researching remedies. How to make her voice better, probably. And the audition file. Yeah. She felt aimless for the longest time, and then she found her goal. Finally, she did. And then it was taken from her. So now I want to become someone. Now I want to do something. Now I want to be able to contribute to our household. Those little things, right? And I want my sister to not worry about me. Because I want to have an ability to be independent if need be. This episode is just a gut punch after gut punch, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, she finally found a goal, huh? That's some very good voice acting, by the way. Oh, what's going on? Her powers getting wild? Where are you going, Fu? Yeah? Wakarimasu. They did. Yep. And the fairies protecting them. Maybe hurt Taisha, though. Would you have, though? First of all. Second of all, it would have been your choice. So don't spew bullshit here, Yuuna. No, she's not. No, she doesn't need to stop. She needs to destroy the Taisha. Why? Why are you defending the villains then? If you're a hero. It's not over. Last time they thought your fight is over, they took away your phones, they took away your powers. They didn't do that now, which means your powers are still needed, which means the fight is not over yet. I mean, I know that it's supposed to be a nice, feel good kind of a message here, but I really call bullshit. Not a fan. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. Not a fan of this ending. Fucking a glorification of sacrifice. Trying to explain how, oh, we were lied to, we weren't given a choice. But that's fine, we would have made the same choice anyway. How can you know? You were never given the choice. How can you know what choice would any of you have made? And besides that, you would have at least been given a choice instead of being completely duped into it by a completely unreliable organization that even now is unwilling to tell you anything, that even now is unwilling to tell you the truth. I'm gonna be honest, I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in the message the most. Because the message is essentially, it's fine to be lied to. It's fine to give up on your dreams. It's fine for others to take your dreams away from you. It's fine for others to take the choice away from you. Sacrifice is noble. Sacrifice is good. And I ultimately, at a very base level, don't agree with any single bit of that message. Bonds of love. Okay. Let's watch this episode again, shall we? This is probably gonna be more me just rambling, so be prepared for it rather than actually talking about what's going on. We had issues with our bodies after we bloomed. I'm really not a fan of so many actions taken in this episode. We're not going to get better. Yeah, that's the current consensus. I don't want them to worry until we know for sure. So here is Fuu pulling a Taisha. It's mercy to not tell them anything. No, tell them. Tell them the truth. They deserve to know the truth. They deserve to be able to make a decision. If Vertexes appear again, they deserve to be given the choice not to fight. Or, at least, they deserve to be able to make a conscious, learned, educated decision to fight, knowing the consequences. That's what matters here. Knowing the consequences and making an educated decision. Making the decision knowing everything there is to know. Right? If there was a button, you click it, and someone tells you, you click the button, and I know, every single person on Earth is rid of any sickness they have, and sickness as a very concept is eliminated from reality. You would click it, right? No questions asked. Fucking spam this shit. But it would be different if you were told, yeah, you click the button and all of that happens, but half the humanity gets wiped out, including you. Would you? Would you make that call? Maybe. Maybe you would, but if you would make that call, you would make it call knowing the consequences. And that's what matters. That's what matters a lot. There was that... I'm immediately reminded of that scene from Dragon Maid Season 1. Toru meeting an escaped slave girl and talking about what they want to be, talking about their aspirations and whatnot, and the girl deciding, I want to be a maid. Toru asks her, well, you would just be putting yourself back into slavery then. To which the girl responds, yeah, but it would be my choice. I was never given a choice up until this point, now I have a choice. And sure, I might be putting myself back in the role of a servant, back in servitude, but out of my own conscious, educated decision. That resonates with me so well, and it resonates so much against what this episode stands for. Now, don't get me wrong, because I might come off as if I did not like this episode. Absolutely not. I did like it. It was a powerful episode. It really was. It was hard to watch at times, but in a, good way. In a way where what I see, resonates with me and stirs up some emotions that are hard, that are perhaps unwanted, right? Who wants to feel negative emotions? Nobody does, right? So it's a good, powerful episode, but I ultimately do not agree with the moral of it. I very much do not agree with the moral of it. And I hope it might be just a misdirection. Like, oh yeah, let's be all positive about it, right? Yippee, we can get through it. Let's be heroes. We choose to be heroes. And then they end up actually destroying Taisha. Because turns out that they're hiding even more from them, or something like that. I hope that they're playing into the trope, right? They're consciously playing into the trope of even the darkest Mahou Shoujo shows having that happy-go-lucky moment of, yeah, we might be beaten down and half of us are dead, but we can go through it. Hooray, we're alive and we can continue our fight as heroes. Endless sacrifice, yada yada. I hope that they're playing into that trope only to subvert it. I really hope. Features and sinkholes, yeah. Oh, did I? Oh, I thought I might have stopped recording, but no, thankfully not. No one has been harmed, no homes were damaged, and she's eating the udon on her own. Why is she not here with the rest, I wonder? I know. She's still hopeful that, yeah, those might just be temporary effects, and once this scene happened, I already knew where it's going. Everybody was living with the hope of, sure, I might be crippled a little, but ultimately it's like, whatever, I can live with that for a while. It's fine in the end, right? It's fine. It doesn't have like a super big effect on our lives. Well, this shows that it does. At least in case of Itsuki, it does have a very, very big effect on her. It affects her friendships, it affects her doing at school, it affects her life, it affects her future career prospects. It affects everything in her life. It's not something that we can just dismiss as, oh, it's just the price for power. Because the price for power is not just the loss of voice. It's the loss of everything that follows it. It's the loss of everything that goes with it. It's much more than just losing one of your senses. I love the I love the detail of all those scenes being completely quiet, completely silent. Not a single peep from Itsuki for obvious reasons, but not even any music. Not even any sounds. Just like a subtle sound of chopsticks, but nothing else than that. To increase the feeling of silence even more. It was such a lively place, right? Two sisters having meals together, chatting about school, chatting about what they've been doing at the school. Well, now there are no chats to be had. It's quiet. It's silent. Itsuki was hoping to take part in the play. She was hoping to be one of the heroines in it, to be one of the actresses, but now she has to be relegated to the backstage because she has no speaking role. And she still can't see, and the Taisha still doesn't respond. And if all of that becomes unbearable, you're not even allowed to die. That's the biggest thing here. You're not even allowed the out of killing yourself. The reason for the fairy's existence isn't to help us, but rather to bind us to our duties. Yes. You're not allowed to escape your duty by leaving your phone somewhere else. You're not allowed to escape your duty by killing yourself. You're not allowed to escape your duty by going someplace else. You're not allowed. And, of course, Yuuna has a very positive, very Genki outlook on it. Oh, the fairies exist to protect us. Protect you from yourselves? Yeah, that's not a bad thing. They protect us. Even from ourselves, though. Are you really fine, Yuuna? Are you really fine with the prospect of losing your hearing, smell, eyesight, feeling, complete analgesia, completely becoming a fucking shut-in syndrome where you only live inside of your head and are cut off from any sort of senses, and living like that for eternity because you're not allowed to die? Are you really fine with it? I sure hope not. I sure hope not. We were sacrificing our bodies to protect people. Yes, exactly what's been going on. And, of course, I fucking hate the fact that Yuuna was essentially protecting the Taisha. It's not... I would be fine with it if the Taisha was not, like... The Taisha and the system was not, like, actively malicious. In that, the Taisha, once discovered, once they realize that the girls know the truth, right? They know that Togo and Yuuna met Sonoko. They know that. So they know that they know the truth. So be out with it. Say what you know. Tell everything that you know. That would show your goodwill. This message. The other four heroes are psychologically unstable. You are to direct and guide the other heroes. Oh yes, psychologically unstable. I fucking wonder why. This is again not a show of good faith. This is again acting malicious. This is again hiding the truth for their own benefit, for the benefit of the world maybe, but not for the benefit of their heroes. They're not owning up to it. They're not explaining anything. They're not saying the truth. They're the villains. It might be some, you know, oh, the bigger picture, right? We have to do that in order to save the world. Sure, but at least be truthful about it. If you have to hide the truth, like, what's the point? If what you're doing is really this important, if it's really this fucking important, tell people the truth, and they will come in droves to try and become a hero, to try and help you. But they will do that of their own will. Why would you have the need to hide all of that in the first place? If not out of malice. If not out of some misguided feeling of necessity, maybe. Real, many of you will die, but it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make vibes from the Taisha. They're not truthful even now. They know exactly what's going on, but they frame it as, oh, they're just suffering, you know, hysteria. They're at the age where, you know, hormones are getting kind of wild, so could you keep an eye on them? Bull fucking shit. And yeah, she's been trying to audition to be a vocalist. She has all those dreams. She's researching her voice so much. And don't give me shit right now that, oh yeah, Itsuki is actually fine with it. Yes, she understands her duty, she understands the sacrifice, she's fine with it, it doesn't bother her at all. Why the fuck does she have books about it and spending her every waking moment trying to research what's wrong with her? She's not fine with it, and don't you lie to me. And if she is fine with it, then I call fucking character assassination. Because no sane person, no existing real fucking person would behave that way. No, we're investigating. There's nothing wrong with your bodies from a medical perspective. They are still lying. They're still lying. Not a single word of truth is coming out of their mouths. I'm with Fuu here. I'm absolutely 100% with her. Go there and destroy the Taisha. I understand Karin trying to stop her. She doesn't know. She hasn't been through it. She doesn't know the details. She's been, you know, working under Taisha for all this time. I understand why Karin is standing up to Fuu. Absolutely. I don't understand Yuuna though. I mean, I understand it from the perspective of like goody two shoes. And I fucking hate the archetype of a goody two shoes. Like, yes, we might have lost our lives and, you know, control of our limbs, and we might even lose our senses, but at least we're the heroes. Yay! I became a nugget, fed by a tube, but at least I'm a hero. I would have done it even if I knew those are the consequences. I call bullshit, Yuuna. If I'd known, I would never have dragged you all into this, yes. Because I'm a hero. Yes, I'm a willing sacrifice. Burn me to the ground. Stab me in the chest and cut off my head if it means that the gods are happy. And even Itsuki is stopping her. Our fight is over, we won't lose anything anymore. Bullshit, it's over. Bullshit, you won't lose anything anymore. This mechanic hasn't been introduced to be used once. And you already had another attack by the Vertexes when you thought you're done. That's probably another thing that the Taisha keeps from you. I mean, that's obvious in retrospect. The Taisha says, oh, it's only 12 of them. You defeat the 12 and we're good. Oh, you defeated all 12. Well, oh no, there's like 5 more. We never knew. Oh damn, I guess they appeared out of nowhere. I guess you're gonna have to fight them. Oh, you defeated them. That's. I see on my radar that. What? 3 more vertexes incoming? We could never have predicted that. That's what they're doing. That's exactly what they're doing. The fight is not over. The fight will not be over. Chances are the vertexes are just born and created, and they will never end. Actually, I'm just gonna note it down. There is no limit to vertexes. Taisha is just lying. They're trying to string them along. Oh, it's your last fight. It's the last time. I promise. Pinky promise. Cross my heart, hope to die. Right? It's just the last one. Please, could you go and kill the last one? I promise. There's no more. There's absolutely no more than that. Unless there are, but no, there are no more than that. That's what they're doing here. Forget about what they think. I know you're a great singer. That's a good quote to put in front of Fuu's eyes right now, isn't it? I probably would never have even dreamed of singing if I hadn't met the rest of the Hero Club. I'm really glad I joined. I mean, yeah, sure, that's a perspective to have. But I can't believe that everybody's just fine with it. It has to be giving into the trope in preparation for a subversion. I refuse to believe it's otherwise. I refuse to believe that Fuu is the only sane one here. I refuse to believe that. This way I'll be able to save everyone. The alarm won't stop. Bonds of love. Is what we're going for here, I wonder. The title of the next episode, and I think I heard Mimori Tougou's voice here. I wonder if it's a matter of you don't know the pain until you yourself have been affected by it. Right? Like, Fuu has been affected by it heavily. She knows the pain of it, the pain of betrayal, the pain of the one she loves being hurt. And now that Mimori gets hurt, Yuuna will be like, oh, shit, Fuu, I kind of get you. Can we go destroy Taisha now? Maybe. I'm hoping. I'm hoping. Okay. Oh, man. Ah, fucking hell. Ooh. That was an episode. Oh, my throat hurts. It got me genuinely angry. Like, not pretend anger, genuine fucking anger. Not as much at the Taisha. I knew they're scum. I knew from the very get-go. An organization of masked priests, well, that never goes right. Fucking never. So I knew what they're capable of, but I'm angry at Yuuna protecting them. I'm angry at Yuuna and everybody else, everybody besides Fuu, just completely dismissing and discounting what happened. Everybody's like, oh yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I actually like being fed through the tube. I never liked the breathing anyway. Like, this is the kind of approach they seem to have to it. My only hope is that Mimori did not take part in this meeting. She was not there to stop Fuu. She might be even aligned with her in her thinking. I have a feeling. She might be the only other sane person here. I wonder. And it has to be a subversion, or preparation for a subversion. Because, again, as I said, I would be fine with an explanation of, oh yeah, the Taisha didn't want to tell us about this sacrifice out of their concern for us. That's how they roll. We understand it. Now we know the truth. Now the Taisha is also open with us. It's time to know the truth from the Taisha. The Taisha tells them the truth. And, let bygones be bygones. We gave up some things already, but it's necessary sacrifice. Who is going to be the heroes if not us? Who's going to save the world? Yada, yada, yada. I would be fine with that if that was how it went. But no. All throughout, Taisha keeps being scum. They keep misleading them. They keep lying. And the whole system is rigged in a extremely malicious way. This strikes me the most. They're not allowed to die. It really tells me that it's not about choice. The Taisha actively doesn't want you to give a choice, to have a choice. That's the deal here. So Yuuna trying to stop Fuu, trying to protect the Taisha, it really doesn't sit well with me. Because again, I would understand it if the Taisha owned up for it in some way. Or at least if they were lying about just the effects of it. That would be fine. But they are not even allowed to die. They were not lied to out of mercy. They were lied to because they were not allowed to know. They're not allowed to rebel. They're not allowed to show their disappointment, their emotions, their anger. They're not allowed to stop being heroes. They're not allowed to escape. They're not allowed to die. There's a lot of things they're not allowed to do. So you cannot make the argument that they're doing that out of concern for you, for them. You just cannot make that argument. I'm with Fuu. I'm 100% with Fuu. And I can honestly say that I'm disappointed with Yuuna's behavior. I really don't like the trope of happy-go-lucky. I mean, no. Happy-go-lucky is fine. But a happy-go-lucky goody two-shoes is a trope that I'm not a fan of. And I noticed that there's plenty of media that I still enjoy, plenty of characters that I still enjoy, who are happy-go-lucky, absolutely, who might even be a little bit of goody two-shoes, absolutely. I mean, shit. Madoka, right? She's like, oh yeah, selfless sacrifice. Sure. Okay, but she's also a flawed character. She also has her faults. She also has some negative emotions and negative feelings that she's feeling. Some of the things that she's done, she did out of selfishness, even, to a point. You can make that argument. You can take a look at Symphogear, right? At our beloved hamster girl. She's also happy-go-lucky, goody two-shoes. Yeah, let's help people. Hooray! But when she got angry with the noise, she started ripping and tearing. There is that anger in her. There was at least that anger in her. She's been angry with people. She's been disappointed with people. She's been fighting out of not necessarily positive emotions many a time. That's what makes her a good character, in my mind, in my opinion. Yuuna lost some points in my eyes at this right now. She really did. Maybe she's just pretending. Maybe she's just bottling it up and it's going to explode eventually. But if not, again, I hope this is playing into a trope to subvert it later. I hope that eventually, after all those lies, after all of that comes out, after it's revealed that, oh, it's the Taisha sending the Vertexes actually because they're harvesting the power generated during the fight, or whatever kind of, Madoka Magica bullshit they pull. Once all of that gets revealed, even Yuuna will hit her tipping point. I hope for that. Because if she doesn't, then she's just blind. Her positivity will become borderline toxic. I lost my leg, but it's fine. I never liked it anyway. Oh, I lost another one. Haha. I guess my legs will never hurt then. Badumts. Right? She seems to lean into this trope, so I hope it's going to get subverted. I was hoping that we're entering the rebellion arc. Right? They know the truth, and Fuu is like the tipping point here. She went on to destroy the Taisha, but she's stopped by Karin. And Karin learns about it, and she's like, no, wait, shit. I worked with Taisha. I learned at their school they have anti-hero weaponry. They're gonna blast you with gamma radiation and you're gonna die. Chill out for a moment. I'm with you there. I might be with you if you explain what exactly is going on. Let's go back. Let's meet up. Let's do a roll call. And let's figure out what we do now with the knowledge we have. If we figure out that we need to oppose the Taisha, I'm with you, girl. But if it turns out that the best shot we got is, defeating the Vertexes, well, that's what we gotta do. I was hoping for something like that. Right? Like, blind rage bad. I agree with this statement. Fuu going to the Taisha headquarters, swinging around, killing people indiscriminately, bad. I agree with that. But let's take that anger, let's take those issues, and do something with them. Right? We have the power, we are immortal, we are or will be revered by the Taisha eventually. Let's use that fact. Somehow. Let's at least ensure that future generations of heroes, should there be any, know what's up, right? Let's do something constructive with our anger, with our disappointment, with our sadness. I agree with that message. I don't agree with the message of, oh, well, we're heroes after all. No, I don't agree with that. Again, I hope they're giving into the trope to subvert it later. If they don't, if it turns out that we're just supposed to forgive and forget and, put up the other cheek to get punched in it and removed because you bloomed so your cheek just fell off, if we're leaning into that, I'm gonna be disappointed because it's at the same time just a fucking bad moral that I fundamentally disagree with. And on the other, it's just kind of an easy out of, it's an easy way to get the story, easy direction to steer the story. Let's just forget it. Let's just, whatever. We're gonna be heroes. We're the heroes. We're gonna be fighting all the time again. And we're gonna be losing our body parts. We're gonna keep fighting. Right? It's easy. And I don't think they should pick, or that they will pick, the easy road. We'll see. We'll see, though, I guess. I'm gonna have to go for a walk. I'm gonna have to go for a walk. But right now, I guess that's gonna be it from me for today, but maybe you guys have something more to add on the topic of this episode. If so, say so in the comments down below. What did you think of this episode, my reaction, my theories, stuff like that? No spoilers, please, beg of you. Spoilers can go to my Discord, as always, here in the description. There's already plenty in the Yuuki Yuuna channel I've seen. Like this video if you liked it, subscribe to be notified of future videos, not only Yuuki Yuuna, but also Unnamed Memory, Sentai Daishikaku, Kaito Otome, Blue Archive, Kaiju Hachigo, plenty others coming in the future. Click the bell to be notified when I go live, because I do sometimes. Support the channel if you want monetarily on Patreon down below, where for $10 a month you get early access to Yuuki Yuuna and the other non-seasonal shows, and for just $1 you get a role on the Discord and a place in the credits. You can also support me directly on YouTube via membership, super thanks, super chats. And if you don't want to spend any money whatsoever, you don't have to. Share my content, spread the word, it costs absolutely nothing and helps the channel a lot. And now, with all of that out of the way, that's gonna be it from me for today. So as always, you guys, do all the good stuff, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Cheers! And here's my wonderful Patreons: QB, Without a Net, Watson, Zarena, Yuki, Ala, Ishtamu, Dr. Watt, Akamasar, Marsh, Fassel, and Hans Peter. And you can join them as well without having to forgive and forget.